guys, welcome to your reading, Spiritual Infusion 1111. Let's go ahead and get right into the collective energy. What do we need to know? What's going on around us as a collective? Woo! Okay, first things first, we have this popping out in reverse, all right? Moon in Aquarius, Seven of Swords, and it's in reverse, right? There's somebody here around you that could be getting caught up, okay? There's somebody here that was either emotionally trying to manipulate you, manipulate your person, cause issues for no reason around you. Whoever this person is, they're getting caught, okay? This could even be somebody that's going to jail. Whatever this betrayal is that's been hidden for a period of time, it is coming to the surface, okay? You could have had certain fears or certain anxiety. You could have even been having a lot of dreams over something that's changing. What's changing here is that what's being done in the dark is being brought to light, and whoever was sabotaging your energy, this could even be somebody that, I always look at the Seven of Swords like a politician, where they could mean this or that. Whoever this individual is, whatever they're hiding has been exposed. By the way, this may be a short reading because I only have 15% battery life. However, I wanted to get something out for you guys. Why? Because I love you and I love these kind of readings. So with that being said, did you like the video? Have you subscribed? What are you doing? Hello? Come on down and join the funky team. The fam bam. By the way, I love all of the suggestions for the new channel. I'm going to be making a decision. I may even have my kids help me pick. I don't know. But we'll go from there. All right. What's being exposed? What's being exposed that the collective needs to know? Ooh, some type of communication, some type of conversation. Okay. Somebody here was talking about you and they were talking out their neck, or they were having conversations that they should have been keeping to themselves, okay? To a point where people are viewing you as this wish fulfillment. People are viewing you as being very stable, having a happy family, having a happy life, that you're clothed with the strength and dignity so you can laugh at whatever's to come. Whatever the lies that were said about you, well, guess what? They're being exposed. And now the truth is here, and the truth is setting people free. What is the truth when it comes to the collective? That you are being vindicated to a point where you do have somebody here that's relatively frustrated or is angry. Okay, they're so angry right now because you are being completely vindicated. All right, there is knowledge, there is communication coming out about you, whether that's with work, whether that's with a significant other, whether that's with a friend or a family or a brother or a sister or a mother or a stepmom, whatever it is. Somebody here is finally knowing the truth about you. And it's crazy because the world is seeing you in a completely different light. How was the world seeing the collective prior to this liar being exposed? Prior to the liar being exposed? Woo! Seven of Wands. This wants to come up in reverse. You have 7-7. Okay, 7-7, 77, 5, right? That there was a lot of controversy over whether or not you could protect yourself. This is somebody that was really jealous about you. There's somebody here that had a lot of jealousy, that had a lot of animosity. And what they were saying in the past was you were weak. You were weak-minded. You could have been somebody who was always in your head, always had anxiety. You could have even been looked at somebody who was soft, right? What do you have to offer besides love or besides whatever? People also were confused about the way that you thought. For some of you, they could have even said that you were crazy, right? There's a lot of anger or even a lot of animosity and a lot of frustration over who you are. Why was this person lying about the collective? I don't know why they're lying. Why were they lying to everybody? Because they wanted to hide you, okay? Because this is somebody that wanted to be the center of attention. This is somebody that was trying to create a new conscious state of acceptance. They were trying to get people to accept you for a certain way, even though you weren't like that. This is somebody that wanted everybody to walk away from you, that they purposely set fire. Like, this is somebody that could have even made fun of you for seeing the glass half full versus half empty. But their purpose was to make you walk away. Their purpose was to make you so tired of the past that people were looking at you like you weren't enough. Number 4, it could be you have a 4 here, and it's also a lot of restriction and karma. This is somebody that purposely set fire to your life because they wanted to be the center of attention. This is somebody who is very nosy. This is somebody who needed to have their cake and eat it too. This is somebody that felt like because they were online stalking and watching that they knew your whole life. They knew who you were, but they had never even had a conversation, or even if they had had a conversation about you, they still spewed a completely different narrative. So now what are people saying about the collective? Whoever this person is, everybody feels bad. People feel so bad right now because they're over here acting like, you know, you deserve to be put through hell for whatever the reasoning is, to get you to leave, to get you to move, to get you to walk away from a situation, a home, a business, you know, a place of your career, whatever it is. People feel extremely guilty. People feel horrible for the way that they've done things because they're realizing that it was all a lie. Can you imagine that people are now viewing the hidden anxiety? And it was this person. You had somebody here that was really nosy. They were really in your business. They thought that they were in your business. It's like they could have been over there, you know, telling, you know, what type of underwear you wear and lying about it, and you don't even wear any underwear, and that's a fucking lie, right? You could have been in that place. However, whoever this person is, okay, they feel stupid. And now everybody else around them is watching you be vindicated, okay? And they feel that you were somebody that was significantly stabbed in the back here by whoever this individual is, that everybody is now seeing things very clearly, that you're somebody that has pure intentions, right? That you have a level of self-love, right? That you bring a lot of illumination and the truth and vitality. Like, there is a significant illumination over who you are. You could have a new love coming in here that really does appreciate who you are and what you do. But there's a level of success. People are viewing you as being successful. That's that vindication. We needed to illuminate whoever the collective was for what? Why do we have the collective walk away when they're the ones that are the triumph of light? They're the ones that are the light in the dark. They're the ones who are very honest and open and free with everything that's going on here, right? But whoever this energy was, they really wanted to keep things hush-hush. They wanted to keep things quiet. And for some of you, if you are a reader or if you're really deep in spirituality, there's an illumination with what your spiritual gifts are. Who are you, right? How do you move forward? It's something here about your spiritual intellect, but also it's coming in as spiritual integrity as well. So you could be a reader, you could be a spiritualist, you could do Reiki, any type of energetic work here. And people are being illuminated by the fact that you are a healer. Do you know how beautiful that is? People thought that you were a liar. They thought that you were hiding. They were mad. They were saying certain things about you, right? Because this individual over here wanted something without putting in the work. Whoever this person was that was lying about you, could be somebody at work, it could be a family, it could be whatever. They felt entitled. They didn't want to do the work. But what they had to do was depict you, right, as somebody you're not. Because if they could depict you as a liar, if they could say that's a wolf in sheep's clothing, even though they know good and, you know, goddamn well, it was never you, it was this person, right? It's easy to deflect until people start looking for themselves. Vindication. Who is the collective, right? What is the collective about? What does the collective stand for? Because now people are having this level of enlightenment. Because what they didn't know in the past that was hidden, it's now being brought to light here. And as this is being brought to light, there's a lot of people that are now looking at you in a manner where you had the pure intentions. You were somebody that led with love. You didn't lead with negativity, right? You have people that now want to come forward and they want to communicate to you. They want to tell you, look, okay, we were on the fence. We didn't know if we wanted to move forward with you or if we didn't, because there was a lot of talk or there was a lot of communication that was going on in the background that didn't make sense, but we erred on the side of caution because you being this bright light, this beacon of hope, this person, this healer, this spiritualist, and you really being like that, that doesn't happen. So this person had to see the difference. You're being compared right now for you versus somebody else, whether that's you and a relative, you and a brother, you and a sister, you and a friend, you and somebody that you could have been in a relationship with somebody. You could be being compared to their past person or their current person. It's something where you're being compared right now. And when people are comparing you versus somebody else, they feel a lot of guilt. They feel really, really bad because people were taking actions towards you behind the scenes. People were purposely doing certain things to you because they felt like it was justified. Why was it justified? It was justified because you were the liar. It was justified because you were weak. It was justified because you were creating the issues based on who you are. That's why these people, they feel bad. Because don't talk unless you can improve the silence. Whoever this person was, they were just lying. This is the loudest in the room. See, the thing is, the loudest in the room is usually the weakest. Whoever this person was, they had a mouthpiece. They could have even had a social media platform. They had connections to people that could either make your life easy or make your life challenging. And for whatever the reasoning is, everybody decided to believe this individual versus believing you because it's easier to believe a lie than it is to acknowledge that there are really good people out there. And now, in this energy, it's very beautiful, right? And they feel bad. Why did we never talk to them? Why did we automatically pass judgment on the collective without even communicating it, right? Don't judge and you will not be judged. Do not condemn and you will not be condemned. Forgive and you will be forgiven. These are people that judged you. And they judged you wrong. This could even be people of a religious background that were projecting their own insecurities on you because you were a spiritualist. Well, they don't go to church, therefore they're not of God. Well, guess what? You being on your knees every Sunday with the pastor when you're married, that's not of God either. But hey, it's neither here nor there, right? It's like you have this type of energy where people in glass houses shouldn't be throwing rocks, and they're throwing them, and things are breaking. And the people around them are looking at the mess that they've created, and they're looking at you, minding your own business, being happy, having positive energy, and they feel horrible about this past judgment pertaining to you, okay? They feel really bad because what you don't realize is you embody this Empress energy. I don't care if you're a man, you have the ability to emotionally stabilize or emotionally balance out certain energies. There's only one of you, and there's a lot of spotlight on you because it's something about the level of peace that you have. The empathy. You don't even have to try hard. This is something with you where there is a level of duality, and what isn't seen isn't what you think it is, right? It's the fact that you're a god or a goddess. It's the fact that you are the abundance you create, okay? You are the creation of growth. And people love you. We have the Emperor here as well, okay? There's something here where you have a lot of attention that's being projected on you. Whether you're a man or a woman here, there is a level of duality that comes with you. Let's take out the love and the relationship component of it, because right here you have a pair. It's not the King and the Queen of Pentacles. It's not the King and the Queen of Cups. It's the Emperor and the Empress. That's the divine duo, right? Of love. but love is a choice, right? So removing the love component of it, you have the feminine energy and you have the masculine energy that's very balanced here with the lovers. People are realizing that you create harmony, whether with your family, you make people happy, whether that's with your job, you're great at what you do, right? You're able to be a leader, but at the same time, you're able to be a leader, you're able to be empathic, right? You're able to make money, you're able to have that partnership, okay? You're able to make certain decisions. There's somebody here that's viewing you as being very balanced between logic and emotions. You're somebody that sees the silver lining. You see the fine print behind what's actually in front of you. And what you don't know is everybody wants to take this step with you. You have a lot of very beautiful and new opportunities that are coming in for you past your wildest dreams, past your wildest imagination. And it's coming for you sooner than what you realize, because there's a lot of momentum and there's a lot of success that's coming forward. For some of you, you could be getting a brand new house, a brand new car. You could be entering into a new relationship here. It's definitely coming in as this beautiful new chapter, a new chapter of your life, right? It's coming in as you having a level of happiness and a level of fulfillment, because this Chariot, it's overcoming all of the obstacles. It's overcoming trying to get things in order. It's like everything is good and then one thing falls apart. And you're just like, why is just, hello, can I have it easy? Can I have like a week where things just go my way, please? Please, God, look, okay, maybe I won't cuss out the neighbor. Okay, maybe I won't make fun of that person for having a big head, right? Like, you're like trying to like rationalize with God, like, or, you know, like, hey, look over here. But it's something here where, because you took pride in who you are and pride in your accomplishments, you're going to be able to have this significant celebration of life where fate is on your side right now. There's a lot of very beautiful energy that's coming, because this chapter of being judged, this chapter of being misunderstood is leaving, okay? For some of you, you could definitely be going through a significant career transition, okay? Where you're in a place right now that you need to kind of sit back and reflect and reimagine what you want, okay? And you need to be very intentional. This is a time for you to be very proactive and be courageous about what you're building. Are you happy at your job? Yes or no? Does it pay the bills? Yeah. But what are you doing every day to invest in yourself? You're investing probably 8 to 12 hours, right, a day in somebody else's dream. What are you doing for yourself? What is your hobby? What do you like to do, right? You're being questioned with this because the mundane is becoming too much. The mundane is becoming boring, okay? But I also want to say this to you. Whatever you've gone through, it's like a rose, right? It's beautiful, but beautiful things take time to grow. So you could have been in a place where you were rushing it. I want this. I want it now. Everything else is in place. I'm ready. I'm ready to have love. I'm ready to start a new job. I'm ready for the next chapter in my life to be joyous. However, this is a time to make sure that you're in the incubator long enough for you to really thrive, right? It's like the butterfly. When they go through that transition, right? Because I did a reading, so they're going through the transition. The butterfly eats itself, okay? You want to talk about having a bad day? Imagine you had to go take a bite out of crime out of your own arm, okay? To liquefy, to change everything about yourself in order to become something different, okay? Because what you don't realize is you are almost there. What are you almost here? You are almost at this chapter in your life, okay, where to give up now, it doesn't make any sense. You have come this far to give up now. The seeds you planted are beginning to flourish, and these seeds are creating this beautiful new chapter, okay? It is. Some of you, you may be called to start a podcast. Some of you may be called to put your artwork out there, to sell it, to do different things, right? There's a significant need here for you to stop trying to live inside of the box. Stop trying to be what everybody wants you to be, but just be yourself, right? Don't be afraid to live life outside of what your family, what your friends, what everybody else is taking away, because realistically, it feels like you've been misunderstood probably since birth. People didn't understand you. Why are you so nice? Why are you so giving? It's almost like people assume that because you're nice, you're weak. When in reality, some people are very nice to people because they're really not nice people. They could hurt them. So I want to be nice to you because you're going to be nice to me. And by you being nice to me, I can control my temper. I cannot, give you a 2-piece and a biscuit upside that damn head, right? It's a multitude of things. But now is not a time for you to be restricted. Now is a time for you to be seen. Now is a time for you to do what you want, to do the dance, to go on social media, to let your hair down, and really see what happens when this magic starts. Now, I am going to say this. I'm going to keep recording. But again, I had 15% life when I started this. So I'm going to at least try to get us to 30 minutes before it dies. But it may not die, or it may die in the meantime. Between time. So if you haven't already, please make sure you like the video, subscribe. Do you guys like these readings? Because I really, really, really enjoy them, okay? Here's something else that's coming in. You went through a lot of pain, okay? All that is pain, all that is suffering, all of the confusion, all of the illusion, it has fueled you to create this major transformation. And it's turning your troubles into gold. And this is something where you really had to trust the journey, right? Because you were experiencing a lot of stagnation in your life. And for some of you, you're like, I don't understand what's going on. I've never had these problems. And all of a sudden, I have all these other things that are coming up and that are taking precedence. And it doesn't make any sense, right? It could be people, places, and things, nouns that were stopping you from your journey. However, what you need to know right now is that sometimes this pause, it's really just to let you know that the next stage of your life is calling you. And it's about letting go of the old. It's about prioritizing your spiritual health. It's about prioritizing your mental growth. And it's not allowing other people to come in and squeeze the life out of you. When in reality, you're meant to flourish. When in reality, you're meant to show who you really are at a core level. You also have somebody here where you had to be very patient. Build bridges, not walls. Everything you want is on the other side of the walls that you built. So for some of you, maybe this isn't even a message for me. You have to let your walls down. You want people to come close to you. You want people to open up to you. You want to have a relationship. You want to have a new job. You have to put yourself out there. You have to stop saying, I'm not qualified. Well, guess what? ChatGPT is. So even if you lied on your resume, ChatGPT has your back. I'm just kidding. Don't lie on your resume. But if you do, where there's a will, there's a way, okay? And more than likely, if you lied on your resume, you're going to supersede whatever it is because you're crafty enough to lie on the resume. I'm not saying you should. I'm just, understanding, supposedly, right? But whatever it is, it's waiting for you. But you have to be able, but again, see, here's the problem. You built these walls because you had people that were purposely trying to cause a level of pain. And in this pain, you've had to trust the journey. In this pain, you realize that when you let these walls down and you allow that bridge to fall, you allow that drawbridge to slap down so somebody can come on over to your castle, that nothing was ever lost. Because you understand that you know that when you lose something, that there's always a deeper meaning. There's always a reason why God took that away. Whatever it is, God took that away for a reason. Because it wasn't right for you. Because you're meant to evolve. You're meant to pivot. You're meant to change. It's always a deeper meaning. And anything that you lose or that is considered a loss, it's always going to come back around in another form. No matter how bad things may seem right now, nothing is ever lost in particular, because as long as you keep God as your center, everything is going to be surrounded by that. You also could be coming in here and meeting somebody, okay? Somebody is going to be entering your life, all right? That is going to challenge you to grow and awaken your soul and to keep your heart completely open here. So even though you could be in a place where you're like, look, I don't talk to nobody. It's a very quiet here, okay? Noise creates illusions and problems out of nothing. So this is about stop trying to over-process things. Stop trying to be logical. Lead with your heart because that's what made you different. Because the sun, Leo leads with their heart. Sometimes they lead with their ego. But you coming in as the sun, you're not coming in as a lion. You're not coming in as strength. You're coming in as the sun. You're coming in as illumination. Illumination and vindication with who you are as a person, with who you are as a mother, who you are as a father, who you are as a brother, as a sister, as a cousin, as an employee, as an employer, as a friend. People are seeing your truth. You're going to meet somebody here that is a part of your journey. You're going to meet somebody here that feels like a kindred soul, and whether that's platonic or non-platonic, you had to trust this journey and that nothing has been lost here in the entire thing. Because what you don't realize is everything is in the making. You are getting ready because you've turned this pain into power. You've transmuted the pain into positivity, right? You're entering into a new stage of reality where now, new levels are new devils, but this is where you can be your best self. And it's time for you to shine. Stop holding back. Stop waiting to be picked here, okay? Stop acting like you're not good enough or like you don't have what it takes to be loved, what it takes to be picked. You're not the last on the fucking kickball team anymore. You're number one. So stop chasing something that doesn't want to be caught. Pick yourself up and move forward. Don't wait for something to handle itself. You handle it yourself. You want to know why? Because you were destined for greatness. Your destiny is great. Your DNA. There's a song by Kendrick Lamar called DNA. I want you guys to listen to it because it's beautiful. All right? It's talking about what we have in our DNA that's passed down by our lineage. Another great song, if you're into like rap and that kind of thing, is Protect Your Soul. Great, great song, right? But you're destined for greatness. And you're not meant to